guys, welcome back to Tykes TV. Thank you for joining us ever, and welcome to the match review, where we'll be reviewing yesterday's 4-2 victory. Yes, 4-2 victory at Oakwell against Fleetwood United. Now, of course, we should really be talking about the football. That being said, there was an incident yesterday after the game involving Joey Barton. Joey Barton, yeah, them two words go quite well together, and our head coach Daniel Stendel, which came out actually when I finished the fan interviews and got to the Tykes bar, and a few fans in there were talking about it. Rose on Twitter, Corley Woodrow put on that to see a manager attacking another manager is absolutely ridiculous. That tweet was deleted because obviously you can't really be putting stuff about it until, you know, everything gets done and dusted. My view on that is it's not really surprising of Joey Barton. I think we should know now what Joey Barton is like. I think if there's any Fleetwood fans out there, well, there wasn't many yesterday at Oakwell. But no, seriously, I think he's a disgrace to Fleetwood Town, and I think if any Fleetwood fans have any sense, they'd want him out as manager. I think he should resign rather than be sacked, be forced out. I think he should resign, and I don't think he should manage a football club ever again if you're going to attack. I mean, what on earth was he thinking about attacking Daniel Stendel? I mean, what would Stendel have possibly said to him to make him do that? Probably not even said anything, because as far as we know, you don't really need to say much to Joey Barton to get him rived up. I mean, it does make me wonder what life's like at home at the Barton household. But listen, it's an utter disgrace, and it should never ever happen. I mean, football, there's banter like I go on about. There's, you have your arguments about football, but because you lose and because things don't go your way, you physically attack somebody and ultimately, cause them to bleed. Is disgraceful, and that to me, especially to our manager Daniel Stendel, who I know would, he's a fair. If we lose, he knows the reasons why. We lost last week at Burton. Do you really think he's going to run over and try and RKO Nigel Clough? No, he's not, is he? He's not going to try and pedigree him through his office table. Not going to Batista bomb him. No, it's football. You win and you lose, and that's the way it goes. But sadly for Joey Barton, if he's losing, he ain't too happy about it. So I think he should resign as manager. And if he doesn't do that, the club should get shut. You see police after the game. I don't know what that policewoman's doing. I think she completely misses the car. And he's stopped by stewards. I mean, even the sheer what frustrates me, what's the word I'm looking for, Liam? Yeah, I've got it. The sheer arrogance of him to even just walk to his car and get in it like everything's normal, like nothing's ever happened, and to drive off. Like it were never going to be stopped, or nothing were going to be said about it. The sheer arrogance of that. And what pains me is I'm a massive Morrissey fan, and he was in a Morrissey video a couple of years back, and now I don't think I'll ever be able to look at that again now after what he's done. And we saw glimpses of the sort of side Fleetwood were with the sending off. I mean, their number 12, what were all that about on McGeehan, running in with his elbow? I mean, somebody said it were worse. It's one at worst they've seen in 20 years, which is, I mean, you look at the Chris Morgan one on Ian Hume in 2008. That were bad, but you look at that one, I've seen it back, that could have been even worse. On McGeehan, running in like that. Wrong. And I don't know. I mean, listen, we'll hear more about it in the coming days, but it's a total. It's just typical Joey Barton, really, isn't it? And we shouldn't be surprised. But Stendel's took 6 points off him, so that's the positive. And let's forget talking about him and let's move on to the football, which is the main thing. So, Fleetwood. Now, last week we suffered his first defeat since Wycombe Wanderers in the league, losing 3-1 there. We had to bounce back. Now, during the week as well, Sunderland played Tuesday night against Burton, and Burton held them to a 1-1 draw at the Stadium of Light, which were a good result for us considering we'd dropped points. So going into this game, we had to bounce back. We had to bounce back with a performance and as well as a result. And we did that. Now, the team lineup before the game was a bit strange, I must admit. Seeing a couple of changes in there. Now, we had Davis in goal still. Jordan Williams came in for Dimitri Cavare, which was the big surprise because I felt Dimitri Cavare was the only real threat last week against Burton. Certainly my man of the match in that one if I had to pick one. So Jordan Williams coming in for him was a bit of a shock. He was on the bench, Cavare, so maybe he picked up a little niggle, I'm not too sure. The second one, Adam Jackson coming in for Liam Lindsay. Lindsay completely not in the squad, so I'm guessing he must have picked up an injury there to rule him out completely of the squad, because I'm pretty sure if he had been dropped, we might have at least seen him on the bench. Ethan Pinnett retained his place, as well as Danny Pinios at fullback. Now, as midfield, Mike Bearer came in for Ryan Edgers. Ryan Edgers had a bit of a run in the side last few games, but Mike Bearer came back in. We had, Mike Bearer played just behind Woodrow because we went one up front again. We changed the tactics in this one. I need to remember that. From the off, Fleetwood had a few decent chances. They missed a more open goal where Davis completely lost the ball at his feet and he put it. Well, it didn't even go out of play. It just were heading out for a throw, which were scary times, you could say. But we got away with it. We got the first goal. Great work from Jacob Brown. Did really well to drive into the box, pull the ball back, and Bearer were there for a tap-in. And he didn't. Somebody said it in the fan interviews. I can't remember who. He didn't quite know what to do. And you look at the celebration. McGeehan's absolutely ragging him about. Poor lad. He'll think he'll have been on waltzers after McGeehan had done with him. He was spinning round and round and round and round and round. But no, good finish from Bearer. Tap in really, couldn't miss. It were a big relief. I mean, at this stage of the season, to get that first goal, it's always a big relief. And to go 1-0 up, that were a big relief. And I'm pleased for Bearer because this season he scored. It's his first league goal, believe it or not. He scored in the FA Cup at Southend. The first round, was it? No, second round at Southend. And since then, goals have been a bit dry for him. But nice for him to get a goal back. And I thought Bearer put in a decent shift yesterday. I thought he had one of his best games for us. Didn't really do much wrong. Fairly steady away. We got the second goal with Corley Woodrow. McGeehan's shot deflected high up into the air. Fleetwood didn't deal with it and he's hit it across the face of the goalkeeper for 2-0. Striker's finish, great finish. They're the sort of finishers you expect from strikers. Your Foxes in the box, hit it across the keeper, no chance for him. 2-0. And we go in 2-0. I mean, actually, we'll talk about the slight linesman incident. It was a bit windy yesterday at Oatwell, and we had a corner just before half time, and the wind were blowing the flag to the point where if Mowat had have gone to kick the ball, he'd have ultimately kicked the corner flag as well. So he's there, and I can tell what he's saying to the linesman. He's saying, right, just hold me flag while I kick. Well, and linesman just didn't have. No, I can't do that. Why? Why can you not hold the flag? What is it physically hurting? So Mowat takes it out of the ground. Can't do that, Alex. Can't do that. And they wonder why they get stick. We know it's an hard job, this and that. We know that. But for God's sake, have a bit of bloody common sense, will you, man? Chuffing hellfire. I mean, end of the day, we wouldn't have got on at him if they'd have done it for Fleetwood as well in second half. If he'd have done that for him. And I tell you what, they need to start keeping up with play because a lot of decisions, there's a lot of offsides not given at Oatwell when I'm there. From where I sit, I can see clearly that they're not up with play. Anyway, on to the second half. Second half was first off a little bit slow. I mean, they pulled a goal back I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, it was Ched Evans that scored, headed back into the box, funnily enough, from their number 12. And Ched Evans tapped it in for 2-1. I thought, oh god, here we go again. Thought maybe, but I didn't reckon much to Fleetwood at all yesterday. They look bang average to me. And then we got the third from Cameron McGeehan. Now you will notice in the vlog I'd sat down because I'd already celebrated. For some reason it didn't record us celebrating the third goal, so I had to talk as if we'd just scored it. And Mamadou Thiam did really well, went round the goalkeeper, knocked it a bit too far, I thought, to actually go for goal himself, so he cut it back and it was headed in from Cameron McGeehan, and it was nice for us to break that scoring two at home like what we've had, get the third goal, which ultimately put them to bed. Actually, before we scored the third, it was when he got sent off, that number 12, for that diabolical elbow on McGeehan, which were complete disgrace. But it's to be expected, I suppose, from a Joey Barton side. You look at that and you think, wow, what game management that is, because they just scored, they were just back into the game, and it was literally about a minute or two after that he got sent off. I mean, what is he doing? His side's back into the game and he goes and do that. It's just stupidity. And then we concede again from an header at the back post. I think it's Jackson who were marking him, and he gets above Jackson and heads it in. 3-2. And it were all going off at the stadium, I like bearing in mind. What a game that must have been. Well done to Coventry as well. Massive win for you. But an even bigger win. I mean, I respect Coventry now for that win. I mean, fantastic. If that end of season proves to be the difference between us and Sunderland and we get second, that'll be magnificent. But yeah, we finally got the fourth. Great ball from Pineos across to Brown, who taps it in at the far post, and it goes under the keeper's legs. Good finish. Fair play to Brown. We're happy for Brown as well to be back on the score sheet. Performances from him of late have been poor, and I'm going to say it, they have. But yesterday he had a good game. They all did. They all massively improved yesterday. 1-11. And I couldn't really tell Lindsay what was missing, or Cavari. I thought Jordan Williams did a good job. Calm on the ball. Jackson, same. And as I said, Brown, I thought really good performance. McGeehan, yeah, solid performance, playing diagonals across the field, brilliant. But yeah, massive improvement on Burton, massive improvement on the last few weeks. So I think you can tell what Stendel's been doing in training. Gave him a bit of a kick up the backside, you could say, to spur him on that little bit further. And 4 games left now. It's a big opportunity for us to get to where we want to be, and that's ultimately promotion. Hopefully. But yeah, 4-2, great to score more than 2 at home again. It's been a long time coming, and we've deserved to score more at home. We've just not been clinical enough, and that's been a bit of the issue. But yesterday, nice to score 4, and overall happy with the lads and happy with the performance. Who got man of the match now? I think it was McGeehan got man of the match. I think, in all fairness, I gave it Woodrow. I thought Woodrow did brilliant yesterday. Definitely his best game since we've lost more. And we're happy for Woodrow to get a goal as well and put in a decent performance up front on his own. He did really well. Bearer, yeah, brilliant, did really well overall. And Davis pulled off some good saves as well, kept us in it. And massive 3 points. As well as, yes guys, forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I was saying in the vlog yesterday, we had to rush to get ready. It was because we're ordering this thing that's stuck to this bag. This thing. Now, if you can see, it's a Wi-Fi range extender. And that's because with, you can see it. Magic. That would have been magic if your hand wanted it. We were... because I've moved and everything like that, all the Tykes TV stuff, all computers, games console, computers, all editing stuff is up here. The router, however, is downstairs, 2 floors down. So signal is okay, but it's not brilliant. So I thought I had to get a Wi-Fi extender, 20 quid in Argos, can't knock it. Sadly, one thing that you can knock is how to order on the Argos website, and that's why we were rushing yesterday in the vlog. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. This match review's gone on for quite a while, but we have had to talk about some things that shouldn't really have to talk about, should we? And I hope Joey Barton gets the book thrown at him, really. That's my personal opinion on that. Thanks for watching, guys, anyway. Fantastic win, let's remember that. And don't forget as well, Stendhal 2, Barton 0.